wedding celebration that just keeps on giving. The marriage of Amazon billionaire Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez.
How far would you go for a dream? Jeff Bezos had a cushy Wall Street job, a six-figure salary, and a fast track to financial security. Then he quit to sell books online, out of a garage. Most people thought he was crazy, but that wild bet turned into Amazon, one of the most powerful companies on earth. This isn't just a story about business. It's about risk, vision, obsession, and what happens when you bet your entire future on something no one else sees. Stick around. We're unpacking why Jeff Bezos risked everything to start Amazon and how that one decision changed the world.
And then we said, well, what can we do? We opened this thing called Z shops, which was like fixed price auctions. Again, nobody came.
I didn't use that.
In the early 90s, Jeff Bezos had what most people dream of. He was a senior VP at D.E. Shaw, a top-tier hedge fund in New York. Sharp, respected, making serious money. He was only 30. But even in that high-powered world, Bezos felt something was missing. He wasn't just interested in making money. He was obsessed with building something. He started researching the internet and became fixated on one stat. Web use was growing at 300% a year. That number didn't scare him, it lit him up. He knew it meant opportunity. Big uncharted, world-changing opportunity. But to chase it, he'd have to give everything up. Before quitting, Bezos didn't just make a gut decision. He built a mental model. He called it the regret minimization framework. The idea was simple. Imagine you're 80 years old. What decision would you regret not making? For Bezos, the answer was clear. He would regret not trying to build something for the internet. Even if it failed, he could live with that. But not trying, that would haunt him. That mindset didn't just shape Amazon. It shaped how Bezos made every major decision. He didn't chase safety, he chased impact. And once he saw that path, there was no turning back. Bezos didn't pick books because he loved reading. He picked them because they made perfect business sense. Books had a massive, diverse inventory, more titles than any physical store could hold. That meant the internet could offer something brick and mortar stores couldn't. Limitless selection. Plus, books were easy to ship, didn't expire, and already had an ISBN system for tracking. It was a smart, scalable entry point into e-commerce. He wasn't trying to create a bookstore. He was laying the foundation for something much bigger. Books were just the Trojan horse, a low-risk product with high growth potential in a wide-open market. When Bezos told his boss at D.E. Shaw he was leaving to start an online bookstore, the reaction was calm, but skeptical. His boss didn't try to stop him. He just said, "This sounds like a great idea for someone who doesn't already have a good job." That was the tension. Bezos did have a great job. He was giving up security, prestige, and a promising future to dive into the unknown. But to Bezos, it wasn't really a risk. It was a necessity. He didn't want to live a life of comfort. He wanted to live a life of creation. That meant walking away from Wall Street. In 1994, Bezos moved to Seattle, rented a house, and set up shop in the garage. That wasn't branding. It was reality. He built desks out of doors to save money, wired up his own servers, packed and shipped books by hand. It was lean, scrappy, and exhausting. But Bezos loved it. Every order felt like a win. He once rang a bell every time someone bought a book, until sales got too frequent. That garage wasn't just a workspace. It was a launch pad, the beginning of something massive. And Bezos was right in the center, sweating every detail and loving every second. From day one, Bezos wasn't thinking small. He didn't want to build a cool website. He wanted to own online retail. That meant moving fast. His mantra was, "Get big fast." He reinvested every dollar into growth. No profits, no comfort, just aggressive scaling. While competitors played it safe, Amazon expanded into music, video, toys, electronics. Bezos didn't care about short-term wins. He was building infrastructure, customer loyalty, and brand trust. He knew that speed, not perfection, would separate winners from losers in the early internet age. And Amazon, it was running like a rock. Bezos didn't study what competitors were doing. He obsessed over customers. What did they want? What annoyed? What would make them stick around? That's why Amazon introduced features like one-click ordering, personalized recommendations, and real-time package tracking long before anyone else. Bezos believed that if you built for the customer relentlessly, the rest would follow. That mindset became Amazon's DNA. Every meeting included an empty chair, symbolizing the customer. Every decision, from UI to logistics, was filtered through that lens. While others chased margins, Bezos chased loyalty. And that's why Amazon didn't just survive, it dominated. For years, Amazon didn't make a profit. Investors panicked, the media mocked, but Bezos didn't blink. He explained, "We believe that a fundamental measure of our success will be the shareholder value we create over the long term." He wasn't playing for quarterly wins, he was playing for decades. That bold patience scared people, but it worked. As Amazon's infrastructure scaled, so did its market dominance. Profits eventually came, and they were massive. Bezos proved that betting on long-term vision, even at the cost of short-term pain, could lead to generational success. He didn't fear losses. He invested in future power. In the early 2000s, the dot-com bubble burst. Tech stocks collapsed. Startups vaporized overnight. Amazon's stock dropped 90%. People called it Amazon toast. But Bezos didn't panic. He cut costs, streamlined operations, and focused even harder on customer experience. It was brutal. But Amazon didn't fold. It adapted. While competitors disappeared, Amazon survived and came out stronger. Bezos showed that resilience isn't just about grit. It's about clear vision, smart pivots, and staying ruthless with priorities. The crash that killed 1,000 companies. For Amazon, it was just a storm to weather. And once the clouds cleared, they were stronger than ever. Bezos didn't stop at books. He didn't even stop at e-commerce. He turned Amazon into a logistics powerhouse, a cloud computing giant, a streaming platform, and a hardware player. He launched Amazon Web Services, now one of the most profitable parts of the business, because he saw that developers needed infrastructure. He created Kindle to disrupt books before someone else did. He bought Whole Foods to get into physical retail. And every time, people doubted him. Every time, he proved them wrong. Bezos didn't build a company. He built a machine that reinvents itself, faster than anyone else can catch up. Behind the scenes, Bezos ran his life like his company, with insane discipline, early wake-ups, precise decision-making, clear priorities. He banned PowerPoints in meetings, forced execs to write narrative memos, focused on long-term strategy over daily noise. He was known for being demanding, but never directionless. Every move served the bigger picture. Even in his personal life, he stayed calculated, reserving his best thinking for the morning, avoiding unnecessary meetings, and carving out deep work time. That discipline didn't make him robotic, it made him effective. And over time, it shaped the culture of one of the most efficient businesses on earth. Jeff Bezos didn't start with a master plan to dominate the world. He started with a calculated risk, quitting his job to chase internet gold before anyone else saw the map. He turned a garage into a storefront into a platform into an empire. And through it all, he never stopped thinking like a builder. That $7.8 trillion company. It started with one man willing to bet on an idea when no one else would. Bezos wasn't lucky. He was relentless, precise, and dangerously focused. That's how you change the world, one wild, calculated risk at a time. Jeff Bezos didn't get where he is by playing it safe. He walked away from comfort to chase a vision no one else could see. And now, that risk echoes across industries, cities, and continents. If this story fired you up, hit that like button, share it with someone who needs a push, and drop a comment with your biggest takeaway. Don't forget to subscribe. More real stories of bold decisions and massive payoffs are coming your way. Thanks for watching, and remember, the bigger the risk, the louder the legacy.